Look at that face. Oh, Crew, look at that face. You're so cute. Look at those eyes. They're just so big. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel as the dogs are jumping in the pool, running around like maniacs. They're so funny. We are here with another yet informational video. Hey, you guys be nice. So today we are going to be discussing body types. You've seen the little pictographs that's been floating around on social media. It shows 3 different bodies and their types and kind of a little explanation of the body type. Some of you may know, some of you may not know, body type plays a huge role in weight loss, weight gain, maintain, whatever your goal is. A lot of you are wondering, you know, why you're having a struggle with either gaining weight or losing weight. There's a reason behind that. And kind of understanding what your body type is will kind of help you be a little bit more successful at your goal and adjusting your program according to that. Now, each and every one of you, including myself, falls into one of those body types. Or some of you might kind of fall in between, might be at the cusp of one and the tail end of another. Really, it's just about assessing and evaluating yourself, how your body responds, and if you have been training for a certain period of time and you haven't seen the progress that you wanted in a specific area, knowing your body type can actually help with that. Ectomorphs are typically tall, slender, skinny, lean muscle mass. Have a small build, a very small frame, and you'll probably notice that you don't gain weight really easily and you have a fast metabolism, so you're able to stay fairly lean no matter what you do. Ectomorphs tend to have a little bit smaller shoulders and a flatter chest. Ectomorphs should not be doing cardio. The long durations, because doing that long durations, especially if an ectomorph wants to gain muscle, wants to gain weight, when you have cardio in there, you're gonna be boom, just burning, because it's gonna be very easy for you to get muscle catabolism, which is muscle loss. So you have to be very, very careful of how much cardio you're doing. So you're going to want to focus on increasing calories, especially if you're eating at a low calorie with that ectomorph body. You're not going to gain anything at all, because your body's metabolism is on fire, so you need to be intaking probably quite a bit more than you are used to or think you should be taking. A lot of you just taking a lot of food, don't even know what you're intaking, and it's a lot. But sometimes it's good to like just maybe like do check on what you're eating. You might think you're eating a lot, but you might not. A few clients with an ectomorph body type, and they were telling me, they're like, oh, I eat a lot, but I just can't gain weight. I don't get it. I don't know what's going on. Like, I do eat a lot. So we sat down and actually calculated out what a day would be for them, and they were falling really, really short of what they should be intaking. So if you started with one number and you're like, and that seems like a lot to you, but you're not making much progress, you might need to increase your calories a little bit more. Focusing on large muscle groups when you're training. So basically you want to lift heavy and you want to focus on just like, you know, your biceps and shoulders, the 3 different shoulder muscles, the 3 different glute muscles, all the different muscles of your legs. So you want to focus on muscle isolation with your diet. Those 2 combined together, the increase in your diet is going to really help to increase muscle mass and help you to gain weight. But it's about being consistent and being on it all the time. You can't just be like on it for a little bit and then go off, because especially if it's really hard for you to put on weight, you have to be on point and you have to be committed and consistent. And if you are, you will see the progress that you want to see. You don't want your workouts to be long either. You want them to be, keep them within 45 minutes to an hour and really just making the most of it in that time. The longer you're exercising, the more you're burning. You gotta tread really lightly with an ectomorph because of the body type. It's gonna be, you don't want to overdo it and do too much exercise, because then it's gonna be hard for you to keep on that weight that you're trying to gain. And a key to remember, increase calories. Make sure you're not doing cardio. Make sure you're lifting heavy. I mean, going heavy, you guys. As I talked about it in my recent videos about lifting heavy. You know, you have to play it, you know, the reps and the weight off what you can handle at first, and then going from there. Tracking it's gonna really help you stay on track. and just making sure you're intaking that food. A lot of you that are ectomorphs probably do eat a lot, and it's frustrating to you because how much you do eat, you can't gain weight. So that's where it's gonna really play a role of really reevaluating your diet and what you're intaking and your training, and not doing the cardio. The cardio is going to be your biggest downfall if you're doing cardio. I actually fall into this body type almost 100%. Mesomorph is a very athletic and a rectangle shape. I'm a rectangle, guys. Mesomorphs tend to have kind of a hard, defined looking body. They tend to be strong just naturally. You gain muscle really easy, but you also gain fat really easy. A lot easier than an ectomorph. And mesomorphs tend to have very broad shoulders. I don't know if you guys can tell from my pictures or my videos, but I do have very broad shoulders next to like two of my best friends. They have very petite shoulders. Next to them, I have very broad, square shoulders. My body shape is more of an hourglass, so I have very broad shoulders, and then it comes down to a waist, and then my hips. My hips usually line up right with my shoulders, so very broad on both spectrums. From my experience over the years as an ectomorph, I found that I really do have to watch my calorie intake. I have to watch what I'm eating and how much I'm eating. I do better myself with a combination of weights and cardio. That's why I absolutely love HIIT training, because I get my cardio with my weight training. And so usually when I say, oh, I'm gonna do my weight training and then my cardio, I usually end up veering off of that and doing the combination of both. I don't like slow pace. I've got to be moving all the time, as otherwise I feel like I'm going, wah! I gotta get this energy out somehow. Found that, especially with my body type, any of you that fall into that category or kind of in between, finding that balance. But weight training or HIIT is the way to go for ectomorphs. It's gonna help keep that body fat in control, your muscle as well. It's gonna just keep everything under control. For me personally, for my body type, counting macros has been the best, because that helps to keep me in check. It's always good to kind of just reevaluate your diet and your training depending on you and your body type, because you know, you could be falling really short of what you should be intaking, or intaking way more than you should be intaking. And I've learned over the years as being an ectomorph that I actually do gain muscle really, really easy. It's not hard for me, especially if I have the proper calorie intake. My nutrition's on point. It's like, I mean, I get response like pretty quick. So that's why there's some exercises I don't even do. I don't do oblique exercises. If anything, I do just the body weight. I don't do calf exercises because I have meat on my calves. I always have, and I don't want them to be any bigger than they are, so I don't even train calves. I don't train a lot of shoulders because I find my shoulders get really big. I do throw some of those things in just to keep them conditioned and just to keep some strength in those areas. I've learned my weak points on my body, and then I focus and emphasize on those. So it's be the same for you guys as well. But not least, endomorph. So these are people that are kind of the more soft, round look. Endomorphs most of the time are pretty short and stocky, but an endomorph tends to have a really hard time losing fat more than the mesomorph. Their metabolism tends to be a little bit slower. So again, for an endomorph, you have to have a combination of cardio and weight training, and you have to watch the calorie intake. So as you go from the ectomorph and you move up into the meso and the endo, that's where we have to watch more of our calorie intake. We have to have the combination of weights and cardio. Otherwise, if you don't, I mean, I know this from my own personal experience. When I used to not weight train, I used to be very just you hear it a lot, skinny fat. So you're small, but you have a good layer of body fat on you. And I was that way for 4 years till I discovered what a beauty weight training is, how amazing weight training is, and now I just can't get enough. Now you have to remember too that it's not you're just gonna be in one category. Some people will have quite a few of the ectomorph body type, but then might have a little bit of the ectomorph as well. It's really just understanding your body, paying attention to your body, and looking at yourself as in a whole, all over. Paying attention to when you are doing a certain fitness program and how your body responds to that, especially too if you're working with a coach, what they provide for you, paying attention to that, and if your body's not responding to what your coach thinks that you should be responding to, you know, maybe like take a second look at the body type and like start making changes and adjustments according to that body type. Sometimes making those small adjustments will actually just like boom, shoot you into the progress zone. So the key to remember, guys, not everybody's created equal. Everybody's different. And that's why one training program, it's gonna work for one person, but absolutely does not work for the next person. But it's good to take those things into consideration when you are trying to lose weight or gain weight, because those play a huge role. And you know, we get frustrated when something's not working, and if we don't, if we don't take that into consideration, it's probably because of our body type. We're just going to keep continuing on this plan that's not working for us, and then just keep going and get frustrated, lose motivation, and then stop. So there's so many things that play a role into what your fitness goal is, and it's just a matter of taking the time, like I tell you guys all the time, to understand it, to understand yourself better as a person, as an individual, because you're going to be different than every single person around you. Like I said, you could be looking at one girl on social media and be like, I want to look exactly like that, and you're trying to do all this specific program and you're not getting anywhere. You know, you got to remember that specific girl you want to look like is probably a completely different body type than you, and just take what you are and morph it into the best thing that you can be. You're crazy. No, I've talked about it so many times in different videos about how someone will get frustrated that they don't have a super lean stomach and they can't see their abs, and it's really hard for them to even get any visible definition in your core, whereas somebody else, boom, they don't even have to do anything and all of a sudden they're like, boom, six-pack. And so that again goes back to body type. I tell you guys, so you don't want to get frustrated and be like, you know, what am I doing wrong? It's not that you're doing anything wrong, you just have a different body type and you have to approach it differently than that person. So there's always a way to be successful and achieve what you want. Again, it's just understanding you, your body, and only you. Not trying to understand this person over here and trying to look like this person and just going off exactly off their information, but not doing anything for yourself, because you're not going to be successful that way. I have talked about this on Instagram, HunnyBuns Fit, and Facebook, Heward, a few times, but my measurements, I have 38-inch chest, all right, 38-inch hips. I believe my arms are like 12 inches around. I believe my legs are about 24 inches around at the thickest part. And my height is 5'4". I currently weigh 146 pounds. My body fat percentage, I have no idea. The last time I checked, it was around 22%. It could be lower, I don't know. I've never gotten a legit body fat test. One of these days I am. Hopefully this informational video about body types was helpful for you guys, helping you be so much more successful in your fitness goals, in your fitness journey. This lifestyle, it does take work. It does take time, patience, Hi. Oh, you're all wet. You're probably gonna get cold now. Hi. Nope. Sit down. Stay. He's so cute. Thanks you guys for tuning in again to another Heward HunnyBuns Fit video. I actually really like me. I know I'm weird, but I am normal sometimes. I'm always curious who dislikes some of these informational videos. I think it's funny that people would dislike something that they could benefit from. I don't know. We'll never know. We'll never know. If you guys have any questions or feedback, please comment below. I love it when you do that. Like it, subscribe. You want to subscribe to this face. I will see you on the next video. Ooh, what am I gonna bring you? You know what? I've been really proud of myself because I've been consistent. At least 4 days a week I've been posting videos. And I thought I wouldn't be able to do it. But look at me! Anything is possible when you put your mind to it. Yes!